What's up, guys? We're looking at the UdiR U28W. Now, I'm probably going to slaughter this name, but it is spelled PEREGRINE, the PEREGRINE. Not really sure how to pronounce it. This quad is super zippy. It zips along. It's definitely an aggressive flyer. It does have 3 rates on it, so for beginners you can fly it in the lower rate, but it is a very quick quadcopter. It actually reminds me a lot of the UdiR, the 818, in the style that it flies. The same kind of stabilization. Some quads, like when you fly straight and then you go back right away, it's got a little bit more quick of a response. This one flies more, I don't really know how to explain, but it's just more fluent and wider. Anyway, though, I did try to put on the GoPro and record me flying this from a few different angles, and for some reason my GoPro quit working like 10 seconds into it, so I apologize for that. But let's talk about this guy a little bit. This does have a built-in camera, and I really like the way this camera is built in. It's not hanging below, it's actually incorporated into the frame of the quadcopter, and it's a very stable flyer. It records in 720p. You can take still frames, and this connects directly to your smartphone or your tablet via Wi-Fi, so you can view the videos and the photos that you've taken, but also you can also see it when you're flying. So that's pretty nice. Now, this also does have headless mode. Headless mode is a beginner mode, so that way you don't have to really worry about the orientation of the quadcopter, making it very simple for beginners to fly. And that also comes with the 1-button return home. So when you're in headless mode, you can push 1 button. It will come directly to the transmitter. Other things about this quad is it does come with an extra set of propellers. We do have propeller guard protectors, an SD card reader, and it also has some landing gear. Now, first off, I was like, this landing gear, it's a little tall, and how much cooler would this thing look like if it just had a little bit smaller of a profile? So what I did, I went ahead and removed the landing gear and added my own. I was originally going to just roll up some tape, put it on the bottom, but then I remember, I can just use a straw, and I used some hot glue, which made, hot glue comes off of anything. It's awesome when working on like these little plastic anything. But so I just put my own landing gear on there, and like I said, this thing just totally zips along. So let's go ahead and just look at it a little bit closer. All right, guys, let's take a look around this guy here real quick. I really do like the design. Like I said, now it did have landing gear on here. I actually took the landing gear off. I wanted to use kind of like a flatter profile, and 2, it kind of bounces when I would land. So I just wanted something a little flatter, but we have this little antenna here at the bottom. So what I did, I just took these straws and put them on there. I originally was going to use some tape, just kind of roll it up, put it on there, but I remember I had a straw, so we were all good. Here is where the battery compartment is. Plenty of room in there to plug in the cables and tuck them in. It's not like a tight squeeze or anything, and it's got a really good buckle on there, so you don't have to worry about those coming off or whatnot. On the front, we have the camera. Pretty neat location. I like how it's not resting on the bottom. It's kind of built into the rest of the frame, and I just really like the style of this overall. Now, one thing I will let you know is that these motors, when you go to pull off these propellers, you can see they kind of slide up. So I guess I can kind of keep an eye on that you don't pull these too hard trying to pull the propeller off, because these propellers you can just pop off with your fingers. Don't pull that whole motor off and then rip out the wires on there. Now, the transmitter is real similar to other quads, the UdiR ones. You just have the normal on-off. The left one, I believe, is for the rates. The right one is for putting it into headless mode. You don't want to put it into homeless mode, because then it won't come home. Anyway, so you just push that in, and then no matter the orientation of the quadcopter, forward will always be forward, backward will always be backward. You don't have to worry about it. I mean, this thing is really small, so headless mode might not be a bad idea sometimes. You got your trims. Then it comes with this sunshade and a place to put your phone. Now, I'll talk about the phone, the Wi-Fi. A lot of this Wi-Fi
there is lag, so you can't necessarily go directly FPV. There's always going to be a little bit of lag, so it's good for lining up your shot and things like that, but for racing, you're going to have some lag and you just might wreck your quad. But anyway, it does come with this sunshade right here. It's adjustable. It's a nice one too. I've had a lot of sunshades that don't, and phone mounts that don't really hold up too well. This one is a good one, and it holds my phone in there just fine. On the back we have some triggers. One does a flip and the other one is a return to home, and it just runs off of 4 AAA batteries. One thing I did forget to mention about the location of the SD card. The SD card is actually located right down here, kind of where I've mounted this landing gear, and just kind of pops out. So it's kind of, I had to look around for it for a second, like where the heck is the SD card? But it's right there. So yep, that's that.
So I would recommend this for beginners and more experienced flyers. Beginners, this would be good in the slower rates, learning how to fly, and it also has the headless mode. Even if you're more an advanced flyer, you're still gonna have fun with this thing because it really does cruise along. And if you have had the UdiR 818 and you like that one, you're totally gonna love this one. So I'll put a link in the description. That's that. Thanks for watching.